Urunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadesha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so very much for coming. And I really hope nobody's sitting down. In case you're sitting down, please sit. Because what we are doing is actually yajna. We are doing yajna. In yajna, you often have chanting of mantras and there is ahuti. Yes, there is ahuti. And ahuti is the oblation or offering that is there. So this is the yajna kund. Yes, this is the yajna kund. And into the yajna kund, we are offering the Bhagavad Gita's message. So we are all performing yajna. And whenever we perform yajna, we are supposed to have an asana. We're supposed to have a sitting place. So please, I hope everyone is having place to sit. Yes. So thank you so much, as I was saying, for coming. And we last time had completed till Shloka number 12. Demonic nature. That is only going to be till the end of the chapter, demoniac nature. Some of them they told, I guess the previous people, they told, Prabhuji, when this chapter gets over, please call us. We are unable to take it. We are unable to survive the punches given by Lord Krishna. So I decided to give all of you sweet in between also. There will be sweet serving also in between. Beech beech mein thoda sweet bhi milega. It will not be just Karela juice and punishment. All right. Yes, we'll go for 13 Shloka. So 16.13, and very nice online devotees have themselves turned on the videos, saving my energy. Otherwise, my 5 minutes go in inspiring them. Please turn on videos. If you really want to understand the message of Gita, turn on your videos. So we'll have to do that. Well, so I hope everyone has a copy of Gita because we'll be repeating. If you don't, then please pull out your smartphones and Google. You'll get the Gita.
16.13.
Chapter 16, Shloka number 13. So far what we have discussed, just a quick recap. We discussed initially of the divine qualities, 26 divine qualities in 3 shlokas. And after hearing the divine qualities, Arjuna felt, I am pakka demoniac person. Guarantee. Because I am going to kill so many people. So many people are going to lose their life. So many children are going to be fatherless. So many ladies are going to be widows. Yes. So this is what is going to happen. Very pitiable. And I'm going to be responsible for that because even before the match is played, I'm declared as the man of the match. Yes. So mostly the hero of this war is me. And I will have to be taking the entire responsibility. So he was thinking that way. No, this is and very demoniac nature. I'm actually a demon. But then Lord Krishna clarifies, oh Arjuna, you are of divine nature. Don't worry. I will explain demoniac nature now. And that is when Krishna's punching and pounding starts. So he goes on to give a list. He enumerates all the demoniac activities. Then he enumerates the demoniac tendencies. And now Krishna is going to start with the demoniac thought process. How do demons think? And I know as the session goes on, you will have a lot of questions. And these 3 kids, I'm sure that you will be able to make out whatever I'm going to speak after 10-15 years. Definitely. But the message will be latent in your soul. Don't worry. Yeah. Hearing is done. In fact, what is the Garbhadana Samskar? There are many rules of it. Even the 5th month, the pregnant lady is supposed to start the Bhagavad Charcha, and the soul is benefiting even in the womb. Yes, so this message of Bhagavatam will be there in your heart. भले आप लोगों को बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं समझ में आने वाले अभी. Yes, थोड़े बहुत जोक समझ में आ जाए. Most of the चीजें ऊपर से जाने वाली. Heavy subject matter, right? And बीच-बीच में stories मिलेंगे, शायद. वो stories आप लोग सुन लेना, ठीक है? बाकी जो नहीं समझ में आया था मम्मी पापा से पूछ लेना. Okay, fine. Nice. Kiana. Okay, nice name. What's the meaning of this word, Kiana? हिंदी का है या इंग्लिश का है? Which, or is it Latin or Greek? They never told you the meaning. She forgot. She's asking once more. Please prompt her.
Irish.
It's an Irish name. Okay, Irish. All right. And what's the meaning?
Moon goddess.
Moon.
Moon goddess.
Moon goddess. Okay, the wife of Soma. Yes, so even they believe in moon goddess. Unke paas bhi hai conception. Very nice. One day we will discuss about the different gods of different regions. And you will find the Japanese culture, they have Ganesh, they have Indra, they have Agni, they have Yama, they have Kartikeya, Skanda, exactly just the way we have. So they're gods, the Japanese gods, exactly like that. Very nice. The goddess of moon is Kiana.
Yeah.
Very good.
Irish. In different languages, different meaning.
Okay, different languages and the different meaning.
Arabian, it's a queen.
In Arabian, it's Malaka, like that, queen. Kiana. Okay. Very nice. Good, unique name. Okay. So going ahead, so please repeat after me. Idam adyamaya labdham imam prapse manoratham idam asti idam api me bhavishyati punardhanam asau maya hata shatrur hanishye cha paranapi ईश्वरोऽहम् अहं भोगी सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी आढ्योऽपि जनवान् अस्मि कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य इति अज्ञानविमोहिताः. I request one of you to please read the meaning. वो पढ़ेंगे.
The demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future, more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance.
So this is called as demoniac thought process, how the demons think. Now the first section is about wealth. So now what is wrong with earning wealth? We all earn wealth. मतलब you all. मैं नहीं, bank account भी नहीं है मेरे पास. I used to once upon a time, for some time. Okay, we all earn wealth. What is wrong with this earning of wealth? पैसा कमाना गलत है? Is it wrong? What do you see the wrong? What is wrong in the mentality? And one more thing: questions, answers in the end. बचा के रखिए. Just keep your question answers in the end. Otherwise, we will never be able to cover the subject. Right? That's what happens. I have seen people interpret. How can you say that, Prabhuji? Okay, fine, no problem. In the end, because I'm going to cover and give a balanced understanding of everything. Is it wrong to earn wealth? No. Absolutely not. Then why is this described as a demonic mentality here? Greed. Exactly. That greed is an anartha. Yes, somebody else was trying to say something. Yeah. If you are having wealth and you are arrogant, that leads to arrogance. Well, that is wrong. Good understanding. Good observation. What else?
No ending. There is always desire.
Yeah, the desire, the greed. There is absolutely no end. Yes, there is no end to greed. See, there is a statement that is there in English. In this world, there is everything for everyone's need. In this world, there is everything arranged for everyone's need, but there is nothing for one man's greed. Because one man's greed can be endless. Okay, so that is the problem identified. So what happens as soon as one possesses wealth? Now, this is a fact. Wealth is there, immediately there is intoxication. This is also one type of nasha. And the wealth will take you into their vasha, intoxication. That's what happens, right? Because yes, that is the nature of wealth. Wealth is a place where Kali is also staying. Kali Yuga had entered into the kingdom of Parikshit Maharaj. And Kali actually was present even when Krishna was there. But Kali was not allowed to perform its activities. You cannot enter. Dwapar is Yuga. Dwapar and Kali stay together. In fact, who is Dwapar and Kali? Duryodhana is Kali and Shakuni is Dwapar Yuga. So they were together. Yes, they're always together. So Kali Yuga comes to meet Krishna in Kurukshetra in the eclipse time and says, Mera number kab aayega? So Kali Yuga had come that time. Kali means quarrel, hypocrisy. And Krishna said, yes, well, when the ruler becomes a little lax, till the ruling party is strong, nothing can be done. Now Yudhishthir Maharaj is there. So as long and until Yudhishthir Maharaj was ruling, Kali was hiding and making plans. But as soon as Yudhishthir Maharaj handed over the reign to Parikshit Maharaj, the listener of Bhagavatam, yes, so that time Kali says, now my turn has come. And he enters. But Parikshit was absolutely no less. He was no less compared to Yudhishthir. He was just like his grandfather. So he came there and he said, Aisa kaisa kar sakte ho? You can come in my... And he subdued Kali completely. And that time Kali understood he's such a mighty and powerful king. So I need some place. I am also a praja. I surrender. He offered obeisances. Namaskar. Mereko marna mat. I surrender. Please give me some place to stay. So Parikshit Maharaj says, all right, you will stay in 4 places. Advartita tada tasmai sthanani kalayo dadau dyutam panam striya suna yatra adharmas chaturvida. Where the 4 types of impious activities, sins, they take place. Dyutam panam striya suna. Where there is gambling, dyutam. Panam, where there is consumption of liquor. Dyutam panam striya, where there is illicit sexual relationships. And suna, where there is meat eating. These 4 places you can definitely stay. Kali laughs. Acha ullu banaya mere ko. These 4 things don't happen in your kingdom. You're such a pious king, you're such a religious king. Aapke kingdom mein aisi cheezein bilkul nahi ho sakti. Because you're always in vigilance. Parikshit Maharaj was very, very vigilant about that this adharma should never happen. To ab kya karu? Then he said, all right, you can go and stay in those places where wealth is excessively stored and not engaged in service of Krishna. Very acha offer hai. And that's where Kali is there. That is, Kali means what? Kali has different meanings. Kali means hypocrisy. Kali means falsehood. Many meanings are there, but the main meaning of Kali is quarrel, jagada, ladai. And why do ladai, jagada happen in this world, even among closely knitted ones?
Money.
Because of this. What is that statement? Na baap bada na bhaiya, sabse bada rupaiya. See? This is actually the money creates Kali. This is a fact. Practically, it's there in Shastras, we are able to see. Let me tell you something. 90% of the court cases that happen, right? They happen. I'm just giving you some statistics because we are going to start some course in law college. So 90% of the cases that happen in the court are because of money and land issues. 90%. 75% of the cases are between close relatives who stayed together, who know each other very well. And 99% of the such cases never get solved. They get out of court settlement. They never solve it. But it's mostly about the cases. Court case matlab kya? Ladai, jagada. Because you cannot fight with swords and bows and arrows today. They fight with what? They fight in the court. Court may decide karenge. But it's all because of Kali. Kali means money. And moment a person has money, actually the intoxication is there. Recently there was a student. Now this happened just couple of years back. The student was coming to the regular programs of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam classes. Even took up to chanting a little bit. Yes, but he got placed in a very good company. Yes, a college student got placed in a very good company. Campus placement lag gaya. And then he got a thought, abhi mere paas paisa aa gaya to Bhagwan kyun chahiye? So he stopped coming for the program. And even I in fact called him and I asked, what happened? You were so regular, you were so serious. You suddenly stopped coming? I said, bro, abhi hai na mere paas sab kuch. Abhi Bhagwan ko baad mein yaad karenge. Sab chala jayega tab yaad karenge. Achha. And you know what? The company did not send him offer letter at all. They announced the placement cell of the college, announced that you're placed. But he did not get offer letter only. He was waiting. He wrote to the HR, he wrote everywhere. But offer letter mila hi nahi usko. And as per college rules, if you're placed once, you cannot sit again. That's a rule. And plus he could not get placed again also. Offer letter bhi nahi aaya, or placement mein bhi nahi hua. So the person who gave you the placement has to be seen. You have to acknowledge, you have to be grateful. Yes. If you're not grateful, you're a great fool. Right? So that's what happens. So I was just thinking, just the package, it is not even come. Money is yet to come. Right? And today's day and age, people don't even see that much money. One mein se mere bank mein jo hai 2 crore hai, but have you seen 2 crore? Actually seen 2 crore? नहीं, actually नहीं देखते, उतना देख नहीं पाएंगे, उतना गिनेगा कौन? Who will sit and count, have the patience? We don't even see the money, just by that virtual figure, 2 crores in bank, one feels the intoxication. अरे मेरे पास बहुत है. Leave that. This boy तो एक example, ऐसा example बन के रह गया. He just saw the CTC, the company announces, right? Before they get the college placement, वो तो सिर्फ उतना figure announce किया था, 44 LPA. वो देख के वो पागल हो गया. It is not even, he's still not completed the course in the college. Company offer letter nahi hai, he's not gone to work also, lekin usme itna intoxication. So we see the kind of intoxication money has. Correct? So that is what is considered, that is condemned in Bhagavad Gita. And example in Shastras is of, how many of you know Kuber? No, personally, matlab, ऐसा friends list में added, वैसे नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. I'm asking Kuber Dev, सुना है कभी? What does he handle?
Money.
Finance department of demigods. So he is the finance department of demigods, treasurer of demigods. Treasurer है, हाँ? पैसा उनका नहीं है. He handles on behalf. Yes, he is a treasurer. Just like even in Forest County, we have a committee. Gati Shindeji, I met her the other day. So she is the secretary. So there are a lot of them may have committee members. Yes, someone is Joshi ji and all that. Very good people, good folk. I met them. So a committee में treasurer भी होगा. Who decides for all the different functions, Ganesh Puja, Janmashtami, etc. Treasurer is there. Fine. So Kuber is also treasurer. पैसा है उसके पास, उसका वो नहीं है. And this Kuber is aware. Kuber is a devotee of Krishna, so he is aware of this कि ये मेरा नहीं है. This is not mine. But Kuber के 2 बेटे थे. And this बेटे always thought that this wealth belongs to our papa, तो विरासत में किसको मिलेगी? हमको ही मिलेगी. They thought like that. Because of which their names were Nala Kuber and Manigriva. Because of which they became very highly intoxicated in pride. How many of you seen the Damodar Leela? Krishna being typed Okkal Bandhan Leela. Mother Yashoda is tying Krishna. Kartik Mas, correct? So these two are the 2 trees that Krishna delivered. Why this happened? Because Nalakuber Manigriva, they were so intoxicated with wealth that they used to loot all the wealth. They used to distribute all the wealth to Apsaras. So they used to always be intoxicated and bathing and sporting with Apsaras. And that time Narad Muni came. One day Narad Muni, great sage Narad Muni had come, but because they were so intoxicated with wealth, such an intoxication of wealth, they did not even pay respect. Devta hoke namaskar kiya nahi. They didn't even offer respect to the great sage Narad Muni. Because of which Narad Muni cursed them. That तुम लोगों को सबक सीखना ही चाहिए. You become trees. So they became Arjuna trees, lambe trees, बहुत time तक. Yes. And after that, but good thing is, whenever curse is given, immediately the other party becomes humble. Sorry, maaf kar do na, please. Ab gam se galti ho gayi. So this is the only way he could bring them out of intoxication. Because they knew now we have to become trees. Kuch to concession hai. Finally he said, okay, you will become trees outside the house of Nanda Bhavan. Outside Nanda Bhavan, outside the house of Krishna will become trees. And that way you will actually understand what is the real wealth. Because real wealth is not what your papa is handling. The real wealth is there in Vraj Bhumi. And that Vraj Bhumi ka wealth is Krishna Prem. This is the real wealth. And this entire stay as trees, they not just understood this fact, they digested and realized this fact that this is the real wealth. And then Krishna, after he released them, they said, please, henceforth what we will do is we will go back to heavens and we will preach this real wealth to everyone, which we have got, which is Krishna Prem in Vrindavan. This is the real wealth, love of God. Correct? So this was because of Narad Muni's intervention, who did not have any wealth. He is also brahmachari, traveling monk. He doesn't even need traveling and conveyance. Kuch zarut nahi hai. because he can travel. He's a transcendental spaceman. Yeah. So another thing now, the next part of the translation as they were reading, yes, is that money gives a sense of feeling. I can do anything and get away with it. Okay, the moment you have money, there will be enemies around you. Two people come. The moment you have money, friends will also come and enemies will also come. Friends, why they have come? Not for you, for the money that you have. थोड़ा help करेगा ये, हमको भी help करेगा. That is why the friends come. And why do the enemies come? Because they feel that अरे इसके पास जो है हमारा होना चाहिए. We will take it. The true story in France, what had happened was there was a person who invested in a particular business and he got really rich. बहुत पैसा आया and he built a very huge mansion, like a huge mansion. And he got married to a very lovely wife, very beautiful wife. He got married and he thought that maybe I should invite all my childhood friends. So he called his childhood friends, best of friends, true story. And they all came to his house. And as soon as they saw his wealth and opulence, they became so very envious. They killed him. They murdered him and murdered his wife and went. True story. So when wealth comes, you get friends also who are actually not there for you, who are there for the wealth, and you also get enemies. And this person thinks now, oh, my enemies have come. Now I'll ensure I'll kill these enemies. Why? Because I have money. So that is why Krishna is saying that I have killed him and many other enemies also will be killed. And nobody, koi bhi mera baal bhi baaka nahi kar sakta because I have money. So even Indra has enemies. Why do, if you see always heavens, the Asuras always go and attack the heavens. Why? For money, for opulences. At the same time, the Devatas also have devotees, friends. Dono aate hain. So money gives a sense of feeling ki theek hai, main bhi jaake I can kill these people, I can destroy these people and still koi bhi mera kuch bigad nahi sakta. So this kind of false sense of feeling that money gives. And usually what happens, enemies are created, is people try to create some or the other legal implication for that person. चलो इसको किसी चीज में फंसा देते हैं, गलती नहीं होती, but इसको फंसा देते हैं उधर. So like that, many enemies they come in the life. And majorly what comes is overconfidence on oneself. Why this is a demonic propensity? Because a person becomes overly confident because of money and he thinks I don't need God. मुझे भगवान के पास जाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं because I have money. Yes, I have Lakshmi, so I don't need Narayan. Yes, I have Lakshmi, so I don't need Narayan. But a person doesn't understand that Lakshmi is a chaste wife. She always stays with Narayan only. You bring Narayan, Lakshmi will come. You try to take the chaste wife, Lakshmi, away from Narayan, just like Ravana tried to do. He took away Lakshmi away from Narayan, thinking that I want to be with Lakshmi only, not with Narayan. I don't want Narayan. What happened? That Lakshmi becomes Durga. Yes, she was a crying Sita, crying Lakshmi, crying Durga. Sita is always Durga. She was Maya Sita. Ravana could not touch Sita also. And what did she do? Whatever Lakshmi he had, Sone ki Lanka, everything got destroyed. His Sone ki Lanka got destroyed. His relatives got destroyed who supported him. His life ended ultimately. So some Lilia. And that is the thing. So on the other hand, Hanuman, a devotee should be like Hanuman. What does Hanuman do? Hanuman takes part in the mission of getting Lakshmi back to Narayan, getting Sita back to Ram. This is the mission in which the devotees, they take part. So demoniac people are those people who want to take away Lakshmi from Narayan. Yes, actually the right understanding of money is Lakshmi. That is why in previous times people used to keep money here close to heart. And now where people keep Hare Krishna, you all know better. They keep it in other places. This is a place where people used to keep money, but now they keep it in other places. Yeah, most of the time people keep it in bank. So there's a way to treat Lakshmi. Never ever insult money. Insulting money is not good. I remember in our time, when I was in college, there was a girl. She was rusticated from college. At that time, girls had curfew at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. they're all supposed to enter the hostel. They cannot be outside the campus. So they used to have curfew. So this girl, she had gone out with all friends and all. And she came back at around 10 o'clock, 1 ghanta late. So the guard questioned her, Like how have you taken it? Have you got permission from the warden, etc.? She took out a 100 rupee note and threw on the guard's face and walked in. Yes, so this kind of incident, and immediately she was rusticated from college for such a behavior, for such a conduct. So this kind of insulting of money should never be done, because money is Lakshmi. So this is the understanding that Shastras teach us, that what we have, money is actually Lakshmi. And Lakshmi should be used in service of Narayan. What does Lakshmi do in Vaikunta? Have you seen Lakshmi's photo? Kya karti hai? She massages the feet. That means what? Lakshmi has to be engaged in Narayana's service. And when the Lakshmi is not engaged in Narayan's service, what is that? Just now we discussed. What is it? It is Durga. And that Durga will only give us suffering. Yes, that Durga, such kind of Durga only gives us suffering. So that we have to understand. We'll go to, one more part is there. Okay, sacrifice and charity. Yeah, some people do this also. They just do some kind of sacrifices and they give some kind of charity also. But as such, Lakshmi should be engaged in service of Lord. Very important. So I remember I was in Bhavnagar, this place. So I was invited by one devotee to give a house program like this. So I just went for a regular house program they conduct. It was a Friday program. So I was giving there. When I was giving, I saw a lady there. She must be around 50. So she was sitting in the end, back. When the class started, she was like this. And then later on, what happened was, she pulled out her mobile. Yes, she pulled out mobile and started doing something. I was wondering what's happening, but I kept continuing the class. And from there, she got up and came and sat somewhere here like this and continued doing the mobile. So I said, photo nikal rahe hai? He said, no. Video? No. He said, Facebook live. Are पूछ के क्या करो? Ask me na. पूछ के करो Facebook live. I said, why are you doing Facebook live? He said, because I want all my friends to also attend this wonderful session, which they are all missing. I said, okay. So she liked the session very much. And in the end, the host, they introduced that she's a very big industrialist. And she has the steel ka plant hai. They have a plant and they supply steel to Maharashtra and Gujarat government. So she is the Malkin. Nice. After that, she said, Guruji, aap hamare company aaye, hamare factory mein aaye. I said, all right, factory mein aake kya karna hai? He said, bhai, pravachan or kirtan karna hai. I said, okay, fine. So she gave off for all her workers, laborers. They were all there. The operators, jo supervisors and managers, sabhi log aa gaye the. It was a very big program. And in that particular program, there was another person who was sitting. Again, when the program started, that fellow also was very depressed, sitting very angry, looking like this, with twisted eyebrows. Kya chal raha hai? Yes, like that he was looking. But as the program proceeded, he became lighter. And when dancing kirtan started, although he must be around 60, that fellow was dancing. Up and down, kood raha tha, dance kar raha tha. I was like, hey, uncle, dekh lo thoda. Right? Take care of your health thoda. He was like full on in dancing kirtan in the end. And he just came after the kirtan was over. He straight away came and did Dandavata Pranam. I said, I'm not a sannyasi. I'm a brahmachari. We don't do like this pranam to brahmacharis. He stood up. He said that आपको मेरे घर पे खाने के लिए बुलाना है. I said that कब? नहीं, कल ही आइए. शुभस्य शीघ्रम. He said. I said मैं कल free नहीं हूँ. I want to somehow avoid. I don't take it anyone's house. Anything. So he said आप कब free है? उस दिन मैं free रहूँगा. Or आप आइए. I said he's trying to checkmate me. So then I told, well, I eat only the food which is cooked by brahmacharis. He said, I will arrange from your temple. I'll convince some brahmacharis and bring them. So he made some phone thoda gumaya and he convinced some brahmacharis to cook. I was like, my God, he seems to be a very powerful guy. And determined fellow also. Abhi bataiye, aayenge aap? So finally we fixed a date and we're about to go. So we went to his house. And this particular house, we cannot call it a house. This was a mansion. Badagar. I was wondering where have I entered into some Dwapar Yuga or Treta Yuga ka palace. ऐसा लग रहा था. There was a lot of gold plating, huge, very huge ceiling. I was coming and said, I gave one more condition to avoid him, that I will come with 20 devotees. He said, you come with 100 people, but you were supposed to come. Then he had arranged a very nice place for everyone to sit in a Vedic style. So I was going to sit there. He said, Swamiji, aap nahi, ye un sab ke liye, aap mere saath मेरी जगह पे मेरे डाइनिंग टेबल पे बैठेंगे. I was like, okay, fine. So just you and me. So all right. So I went and sat on the dining table. And then the plate was brought. It was a golden plate. Gold का plate. बड़ा सा. Glass, golden glass. और अंदर एक diamond भी था. Studded. It's like, my God. This fellow has so much of opulence and wealth. So then what happened? He was going to talk something during, as we were going to take the prasadam. But his wife came there and he was very upset. I want to talk personally. You came here. Okay, I could see the feeling. And we were about to go, but then I said, all right, can we spend some time together? Because I think you want to share something. Then he took me to terrace play. And very unexpectedly, he burst out crying. He started crying, like a child he was crying. So it took me some time to console him, get him back. Pani laoge. He said, this is just one of the mansions. I have many like this. You see that group of colleges? I own that. You see that industries? He was showing from his terrace. Top. Bada tha na? So I am the owner of that. And I have many such things. Many places in US, UK, so many places. You name it, I have. But I don't have what you have. So aisa kya hai? I'm not happy like you. Why are you so happy? Then I taught him the science of Bhagavad Gita. I said that when you employ your energy, your resources, your consciousness, your thought in Krishna's service, that is when you will be happy and content. On the other hand, if you use all these sources for your own enjoyment or not in Krishna's service, that is when you become very anxious. And that is the seed for our next shloka, 16th shloka. Yes, please repeat. Aneka chitta vibhranta मोहजाल समावृताः प्रसक्ताः काम भोगेषु पतन्ति नरके अशुचौ. Can someone read the translation?
Thus, perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusions, they become too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and fall down into hell.
Yes. So this gives a destination. ये सब चल रहा है. Now we gave a background of the thought process. Okay, I want this, I want this. So he's making into money making, but not into serving. You make money, but serve Krishna. So there was once a gentleman who came. He came and took blessings. He said, Swamiji, Ashirwad diji. I said, what Ashirwad should I give? I asked that question. He says, मैं 1 crore रुपए बनाना चाहता हूँ. I said, make 2. He became very happy and give 1 to Krishna. Make 2 and give 1 to Krishna. Chalega. Then there is no problem. The desire to serve should be active. Right? So once what had happened, there was a person who had gone to Tirupati Balaji to do business. Tirupati Balaji के साथ बहुत लोग business करने जाते हैं. हे भगवान बालाजी, अब मेरे को ये business की में success दिला दो. 10 crore का है project. I will get 10 crores from this particular. So if I get 10 crores, 5 crore आपका, 5 मेरा. ठीक है ना? Like that he prayed. ऐसा कुछ करके he left. And then from that business, he got 5 crores. So he went to Balaji Bhagwan. He said, thank you Bhagwan, thank you so much. I got 5 crores of profit. और अपना share आपने रख दिया. आप इतने intelligent है. You kept your own share of 5 crores. So wonderful. I don't have to give you that 5 crores also. आपने अपना share भी रख लिया और मुझे अपना share दे दिया. कितने intelligent है भगवान आप. Right? So like that, we find that people, of course, the desire to serve should be there. So Satyug, Tretyug, Kalyug or Dwapar Yug mein farak kya hai? So I was thinking like that. Ideally, the Satyuga means everybody would, it was a very straight rule, 50% of wealth, they would engage in Krishna conscious activities. Now that doesn't mean that we give all to temple. Certain portion is given to temple. Certain portion is used up for decorating deities and the worship paraphernalia. With that wealth, you would go for yatras. With that wealth, you would be inviting the devotees and brahmanas for Brahman Bhojan. So all like this, for Lord's service. That's how people use the 50% of wealth. Satyuga. 25% would be used for emergency, 25% to other friends, relatives, etc. for their service. That's how people would live. Then came What yuga? Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga में क्या हुआ? Treta Yuga people drew a line. Treta means enjoyment. Satya means proper, best yuga. फिर खोटा जाता है. So they drew a line. And what they used to do? They used to throw the money. And whatever falls that side, Bhagwan aapka. Whatever falls this side, mera. So they used to stand in the middle exactly and throw it. So जो उधर गिरा भगवान का, इधर गिरा वो हमारा. And they used to follow it. द्वापर युग में क्या हो गया? लाइन का सर्कल बन गया. Yes. We will throw the money up and whatever falls in the circle, वो भगवान का, बाकी सब. Okay. And Kali Yuga, what people do? In Kali Yuga, people throw the money up. Bhagwan, catch whatever you can. जो पकड़ना है पकड़ लो, बाकी सब मेरा. So this is Kali Yuga. Catch whatever you want. जो पकड़ना है पकड़ लो, बाकी सब मैं ले लूंगा. Those are people of Kali Yuga are. Right? And because of this reason, not engaging time, energy, consciousness, money in proper direction, aneka chitta vibranta. There are a lot of anxieties and problems. This is the root cause of all problems because we don't engage our resources properly. This is the root cause. That is why there is so much of tension. In Sanskrit, you will never ever find equivalents of depression, ADHD, claustrophobia, yes, hypertension, सुपरटेंशन, ये सब सारी चीजों का संस्कृत में you will never ever find in the shastras. This is all not there, non-existent practically. But why this is all come up? Because the age of Kali Yuga, people have been very much abusing the resources, time, money. They're killing time, killing money, abusing the resources, because of which this kind of a problem is being created. So, aneka chitta vibranta moha jala samavrita. Mohajal. That's why a person is fallen into grand illusion because of such kind of tensions and anxieties. My God, if you see in this world, now this is coming soon in India, and I think we had one also last time, Shrink. There was a lady who is she listens to just therapy. So I told that word is called a shrink. She was not knowing the word. So you're a shrink? Shrink? What is that? Shrink means a person whom people go to just talk to. बात करने के लिए, प्रॉब्लम बताने के लिए, दिल का हल्का करने के लिए, they go to a person because they don't relate with anybody else. They relate only with laptops, and laptop is not a person who can tell everything, है ना? So that person is called a shrink, therapist. They hear out people.
A psychiatrist.
Exactly, psychiatrist is called a shrink. That's a terminology, the modern day jargon for it. So psychiatry, usually what happens is a person feels that अरे ये तो थोड़ा मेरे को कोई issues नहीं, पागल नहीं हुआ मैं. So that's why it has been modified into a very much more simpler terminology of a shrink. So now if you talk about psychiatrists, if you look at the West, in US, statistics are so that one out of every 3 person goes to a psychiatrist. It's common there. 1 out of every 3 person goes to a psychiatrist. Then 1 out of every 4 psychiatrists goes to another psychiatrist because इतने लोगों का problem सुनता है उसको भी लगता है psychiatrist. So 1 out of every 4 psychiatrists goes to another psychiatrist. He is also a psychiatrist. इतना frustrated होता है, गरम दिमाग हो जाता है. And 1 out of every 5 people who commit suicide is a psychiatrist.
Oh.
See, this is the pathetic situation which is there. Why this? Because not engaging resources properly in law. That is why aneka chitta vibranta moha jala samavrita. Moha jala. The person is completely in illusion. He needs some kind of help. And because of this moha jala, one doesn't even get sleep. Neend bhi nahi aati. Yes, because of that. So there are some sleeping rooms, sleeping chamber. People pay money. Club, there is a sleeping club. That means क्या है? आओ और लेट के सो जाओ, बस घर पे नींद नहीं आती. अच्छा कोई बात नहीं. We will have some alpha beats, 60 beats per second, some kind of binaural beats. We will have some subliminal messages which we'll be putting through that, and उससे आपको नींद आ सकती है. So people pay and go there just to get sleep. फिर भी लोगों को नसीब नहीं होती sleep. Yes, so that's what happens. And prasakta kama bhogeshvi, that's what, because the money is engaged for kama and not for prema, because of which the problems are exist. And what is the result of such a person? Patanti narake asuchau. With all these tensions, the person falls down to hellish planets. He goes to hell. Patanti narake asuchau. Asuchau means what? Unclean fellow. Now there are 2 things spoken in the scriptures. The first word is called as snatah. Snatah. The second word is called as suchi. Snataha means a person who takes bath with water is called as Snataha. And who is Suchi? Suchi is a person who takes bath with mantra also. That means with the names of God. So actually, till the time we don't chant the names of God, what are we? Ashuchi. We are unclean. So that is why we have to take bath with the names of God, namely Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, then such a person will not glide down to hell. Next sloka. आत्मसंभाविता स्तब्ध धनमानमदान्विताः यजन्ते नाम यज्ञास्ते दम्भेन विधिपूर्वकम्. Translation, please.
Self-complacent and always impudent, deluded by wealth and false prestige, they sometimes proudly perform sacrifices in name only, without following any rules or regulations.
Thank you. So you find here, what is being spoken about is of the demoniac people. Okay, they're into this making money, engaging money in wrong ways, because of which they have tensions and anxieties. Now, to get rid of this tension and anxieties, they also want to do something. So what such people get into? Okay, let us go and do some yajna. थोड़ा होम हवन करते हैं, यज्ञ करते हैं, negative energy drive out करते हैं. So for that they do. But even they don't want to know any meaning of the yajna. So when Panditji is doing the yajna, he says, should I explain me? Not required. Please. आप अपना जो करो, दक्षिणा लो और निकल जाओ. That's their attitude. Sometimes people don't even want to sit in the yajna. मेरा phone किधर है? Restless. The person said, I will go do my phone call. आप करते रहो. हाँ करो. But the most important part of the yajna is the yajaman. The person, the brahmanas are never the yajaman. There are 4 types of brahmanas who do the yajna. There is called adhvara. Adhvara is a person who leads the fire. Of course, traditionally in Vedic times, they used to invoke fire element from the wood through mantra. That's a science. So Adhvaryu is called. He ignites the fire. Then there is Udgata. Udgata starts the mantra. Om Tasma Devaha Vishnu Indra Swaha Idam Namama. He starts the mantra. Udgata. He sings. The third person is called the Hotra. Swaha Idam Namama Swaha. So he gives the Swaha. Agni, exactly. When to give the grain, when to feed the grains. We don't throw. We feed the grains because Agni is the mouth of Lord. You feed the grains, you feed the fruits. Yes, so such kind of offering is there. Another thing that happens is there's a Brahma. Now, Brahma is the leader of the sacrifice who observes. But Yajaman is separate. The person who is getting the benefit of Yajna is not these Brahmanas, is the person. So, what is the most important is the prayerful, attentive, and sincere attitude of the person who is there in the Yajna. This is not visible. So, people करा देते हैं. They do, हाँ चलो करो हाँ आप लोग कर लो कोई बात नहीं मैं हूँ इधर ही पास में. And when the Brahmanas are doing the sacrifice, पंडित जी एक रिक्वेस्ट है. हाँ बोलिए थोड़ा फास्ट फॉरवर्ड हो सकता है क्या? Because now people are used to watching everything in 1.5x, 1.75x, 2x, 3x, सब कुछ फास्ट जल्दी. How many of you use 1.25, 1.5x? करते हैं ना? Others they are not admitting. करते हैं, सब करते हैं. Yes, फास्ट करने के लिए, फास्ट फॉरवर्ड करना. तो they also थोड़ा फास्ट फॉरवर्ड हो सकता है, थोड़ा शॉर्टकट हो सकता है, थोड़ा मंत्र कम ज्यादा हो सकता है. So people ask. Yes, so they are now. Unfortunately, what's happening is the Brahmanas are corrupt. They say मंत्र कम हो सकता है, लेकिन पैसा थोड़ा ज्यादा होगा. अरे चलेगा, ले लो भाई. जल्दी खत्म करो, निकलो. So that's a sacrifice in name only. नाम के वास्ते sacrifice. Similarly, people bring नाम के वास्ते gurus. They bring the guru to them. The business party is there. They would like to start with the guru. So guru comes. गुरुजी अच्छा है, कैसा लग रहा है? बस मुंह मत खोलिए, स्माइल देते रहिए और आशीर्वाद देते रहिए. Guru also gives आशीर्वाद, smiling going on, and introduces everybody. This is my guru. ये मेरे गुरु है. छू ये पैर छू. And after all this is done, गुरुदेव हो गया, चलो अभी ड्रिंक्स का टाइम है, आप थोड़ा बाहर कैब खड़ी है, पेपर आपका एनवेलप पहुंच जाएगा. Thank you very much. आप जा सकते. Namaste. So people make guru also as a show bottle. Not that you come, sit and give some sermons of the message. No, just come, give. And the gurus are also very happy. Chalo, mera effort bach gaya. Mera dress kaam mein aaya, daadi kaam mein aayi. Right? So this is what the cheating, the namesake religion going on. Yes. Again, many places I have seen now, many of us might be taking part in such things. No offense to anyone, but I have to speak the truth. So they organize Ganesh Puja. The only Ganesh Puja, how many days they organize?
10 days.
10 दिन. पहले 10 मिनट होती है गणेश की पूजा. जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. They all come and everyone plays and offers. उसके बाद that's it. पूरे अगले 9 days and 10 days minus those 10 minutes is full मौज मस्ती, games, Bollywood songs, food, khao gali, and this is how people live.
Society also follows.
It's everywhere, Mataji. It's not just your society, it's everywhere. And Ganesh Bichara is standing there. अरे मैं भी हूँ यहाँ पे. Ganesh is standing there. मैं भी हूँ इधर ही. No,
Because
no, it's
same,
bothered.
मतलब in front of idol we do Bollywood dance and all types of dances. We are doing drama, fancy dress, everything.
Yeah, so everything except Ganesh Puja happens. Ganesh Puja is first 10 minutes,
That
correct?
happens in Ganesh Mandals also. They put whatever songs they
Yeah.
feel like.
That is because that's what it is in name only. The point is what Krishna is speaking in Bhagavad Gita is true today. And I see poor Ganesh is just standing there unattended and everyone is in their own world. बोल रहे मुझे land at the end go and अरे जाओ पुढच्या वर्षी लवकर या. Come again next year. They want to go Visarjan. Visarjan concept is never there in the Shastras. It is a concocted version. Deities are established as per that, and there are many styles. Ganesh को भी fancy dress, थोड़ा cooling glass पहनाते हैं, थोड़ा cricket bat देते हैं. So this is all in namesake. And क्या कर रहे हैं? गणेश पूजा कर रहे हैं. So people come also with the पर्ची. हम चंदा इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं. क्यों? For गणेश पूजा. नहीं बोलो ना सीधा.
Door-to-door collection also probably.
I'm exposing all of you. क्या? But this fact, this is what is happening. This is what happening. And Krishna has told this, that this is actually a demoniac tendency. If you want to observe religious festivals, observe properly. Yes, it should not be just namesake, something else. Yeah. So this is called using religious festival for self-entertainment. Yes, Deepavali. Nobody knows why Deepavali is celebrated. Deepavali thing क्या होता है? Deepavali means what people think. चलो Deepavali, चलो नए से 50% off लगेगा. Let's go and purchase new clothes. That is Deepavali. Deepavali चलो आज मिठाइयाँ लाएंगे. मेरा जम के मिठाई खाएंगे. Deepavali चलो पटाखे फोड़ते हैं. So this is what is Deepavali. Is this Deepavali? Deepavali has very deep spiritual significance. That's right. So whatever festivals today we celebrate, yajnas we do, it is all done for namesake only. नाम के वास्ते सब करते हैं, या फिर काम के वास्ते सब करते हैं. काम, not of this Hindi, Sanskrit वाला काम, lust. So that is the enjoyment. There is no service attitude that is developed. And even there may be some people who in Ganesh Krida Manch, whatever, they may say, okay, हम लोग पानी का सेवा करना चाहते हैं. Why? So that they can put their poster and promote themselves. Yes, हमारा बड़ा poster. Like हम भी गणेश के नीचे ऐसा खड़े. They're not posing like this. See, मेरा फोटो नहीं visible होना चाहिए ना, गणेश जी दिखने चाहिए, मैं भी दिखना चाहिए, ऐसा. And हमने जो है ये जल सेवा की है, ऐसा करके. So like this. So this is all show business. Such show business is a demoniac tendency. Demons also make a show of religion. How many of you know Hiranyakashipu? Again, I'm not saying that he's on the friends list. You've heard of him. You heard of Hiranyakashipu? कौन थे? Yeah, he's known for Prahlad's father. देखा? Hiranyakashipu भी याद रखा जाता है because of Prahlad. Because Prahlad has got a blessing that till the time the human race would exist, everyone will know Prahlad. Nobody keeps their son's name as Hiranyakashipu. बेटा तुम्हारा नामकरण करेंगे Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad is name. Prahlad many people get. Prakrishta Rupena Halat. Prahlad. But Hiranyakashipu no. Yes, exactly. जय विजय नाम रखते हैं, लेकिन हिरण्यकशिपु हिरण्याक्ष कोई नहीं रखता. आज तक तो नहीं देखा मैंने. यस, रावण कुंभकर्ण भी नहीं देखा मैंने. रावण सिर्फ मूवी आती है. यस, मूवी आती है रावण. बट रावण एंड रावण लाइक मूवीज कम, बट देयर इज नोबडी हु कीप्स द नेम रावण. यस, नॉट एट लीस्ट इन इंडिया. इट मे हैपन इन लंका, नॉट इन इंडिया. राइट? सो ऐसा हो जाता है. शिशुपाल, दंतवक्र, डिमन कम्स, ऐसा कोई नहीं मिलेगा आपको. फॉर्चुनेटली नहीं आना चाहिए था. कलयुग एडवेंट से भरोसा नहीं है. Recently we got a person, his name was Duryodhan. बाप रे. Yeah, we had a person. क्या नाम है? दुर्योधन. किस दुश्मन ने दिया भाई तेरे को? तेरे किस दुश्मन ने दिया नाम बताओ? Actually his name was Suyodhan. Suyodhan means he knows how to employ his energy properly in fighting the right war. Fighting the war against anarthas, one's own shortcomings, one's own, that is called as Suyodhana. But one who fights the wrong war, this fellow is not fighting, he's fighting against the devotees of Lord. So he is Duryodhan, uska naam change kar diya. Similarly, Sushasana, one who rules properly. One who uses his mind to rule over the senses properly is called as Sushasana. But this fellow, what he is doing? Dushasana. You are not using your senses properly. So he became Dushasana. If you read actually scriptures, they never Suyodhan and Sushasana. But then whatever spirituals understood, ye apne naam pe khada nahi utar raha hai. This guy is not keeping up to his name. So Lord, what do? Let unka naam bigad dete hain. So they become Duryodhan and Dushasana. That's how they become. Right? Why did I tell you all this? I know, मैं आप लोगों को attentive कर रहा हूँ. Yes? प्रभु जी इतने डूब जाते हैं, प्रभु जी इतने डूब जाते हैं, आप ऐसे मत करो ना हमको. किधर कौन सा पॉइंट बोल रहे थे समझ में नहीं आता प्रभु जी. Yes? Online participants, हम लोग भी मग्न थे प्रभु जी. We were also spellbound. Yes?
The name how we celebrate now.
Yes. Fake. Yes, for namesake only. So that is a very demoniac tendency. Can we take one more shloka? Okay, last. Itna elaborate nahi karunga because I've already elaborated. We'll just discuss a little bit and we'll close for today. We'll pause. 18th shloka. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha samshritaah mam atma paradeheshu pradvishanto abhyasuyakaah. Translation.
Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demons become envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and in the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion.
Yeah. So the height of the thought process that happens is Vishnu is our enemy. That is an outright demoniac propensity, where one becomes against God. So there was one, I don't want to name, there was a very, very powerful, influential, wealthy lady in Bengal. Yeah. And this lady had so much of following, so much of wealth, that she thought that I am beyond God. So what she would do, there's a place called Rajapur. Yes, Rajapur in Mayapur, where the deities of Jagannath are non-different from Puri Jagannath. Rajapur. There's a description in Skanda Purana also about it. So she would go there, and just out of false pride, she would show her feet to God. ऐसा पैर दिखाती थी भगवान को और जाती थी. She would do, and many would say, hey, don't do like this. Pujaris, she would beat them up. They'd have them beaten up with goons and all like that. And she would regularly come just to show up. So she would come to God, not for worship, but to make. And she used to remove the chappal only because she could show her feet to God. इसलिए चप्पल निकालती थी. This happened for 3-4 times. And then this lady fell extremely sick. So sick. Despite all her wealth, all her fame, none of the doctors ever had any cure for this. And finally, she was given an advice by her so-called well-wisher. Madam ji, आपको बोलूं आप कैसे ठीक हो सकती है? And she was in the bed. कुछ भी करो, ठीक कर दो. Do anything, cure me. Said, वो जगन्नाथ जी का महाप्रसाद खाओ. So Rajapur Jagannath's khaja, she took and she became all right. तो भगवान बोले बेटी आई सेंसेस आया ठिकाने में दिमाग, right? So like this person can even become so very envious. The Britishers, they had come to India. They would say, what is this Jagannath? They should say, what is this Jagannath procession? This should be stopped. And they resolved, we will throw Jagannath out of India. But what did Jagannath do? Jagannath not only threw the Britishers out of India, Jagannath went to Britain also. And there also he is having his Rath Yatra. Hari Bol. So that's what happens outrightly. Yes. So there has been a story of Aurangzeb and Jagannath also. Jagannath Puri was closed for a few years. In Aurangzeb, that is the only time in the period since we have known that Jagannath Puri temple was closed and there was no procession for about a decade. And after that, the devotees offered intense prayers that we want to serve you. We want to have your Rath Yatra. Do something. You only have to do something. हम लोग तो कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे. He's so powerful. He's so cruel, merciless. So Jagannath promised, I'll do something. Aurangzeb was used to destroying. There's a historical evidence is also there. He used to destroy. He was a destroyer. There were many good kings also, Mughal kings. Akbar built the temples of Vrindavan. All the red stone temples of Vrindavan, Radha Govind Dev Ji, Radha Madan Mohan Ji, Radha Gopinath Ji. So all these temples were built by Akbar because his teacher was Jiva Goswami. Mahaprabhu's, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's student is Rup Goswami, his student is Jiva Goswami. He was his counselor. He used to come to take advice about Krishna. He used to learn Krishna consciousness from him, sit and study Shastras. Akbar was a very friendly king. And so he sponsored all the red marble. That time in the Mughal area, the red marble was considered to be the that's why Red Fort. वो stones से सारे temples आज भी देखिए. It's from Akbar's time. Perfect. There's absolutely no flaw in the making. He ensured make it very nice. But his son down the line, a descendant, Aurangzeb became very envious. In fact, Radha Govind, the temple was 7-story. And from Delhi, he was able to see, अरे इतना बड़ा महल किसका है? जाके तोड़ दो. So he ordered his people, and it takes a lot of effort to live. What people used to do, construct the first floor and put sand. Go on top, construct the second floor. Put more sand. Third floor. ऐसे बहुत मेहनत के साथ 7-story अकबर नहीं बनाया था. But he said, this cannot be higher than my palace. This is some prestige issue for me. So he sent his people and they destroyed 5 floors. But they were about to destroy the second floor. That time, there was a big earthquake. They all ran away. And after that, they never entered. So Aurangzeb's dream, Jagannath had come. Jagannath came and started beating him. Yes. He said that, what have you done? You're stopping my worship. You're breaking my temples. Yes, he warned him. He said, sorry, I will not do. Arey, main tera Allah hu. You worship, na? I am that person. Because there are 100 names of Allah. The 100th name is Khan, Krishna, Kana. That is the name of Allah. Right? So you cannot do like this atrocity. Stop it. He said, if you don't stop, next time I'll come as Narasimha. मैं lion के रूप में आके तेरे को मारूंगा. So like that was, this is a historical record. This is there. After that, Aurangzeb never ever did any atrocities to the temples ever after that. So like this. So people may challenge God, but ultimately God subdues them. Yes, so all these demons, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Hiranyaksh, or Kumbhakaran, Shishupal, Dantavakra, they all challenged the authorities of Krishna. But Krishna showed them their place. So never one should challenge. Our position in front of God is Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera, Nitya, Das. We are eternal servants of God. If we acknowledge that position, we will be very happy. See, in fact, somebody who acknowledges the position of being a servant of God, God becomes a servant. Like I normally give this example. Who is the richest man alive? Yes, you're right. Elon Musk. I know it. आप लोगों को नहीं पता? Elon Musk, yes. So, can any of you get Elon Musk as your driver? For 18 minutes only. 18 minutes. 18 minutes sirf. ठीक है, 18 seconds. सीधा no. Didn't even think. Yes, she didn't even think. She just said no. But 18 days. What is the position of Krishna? He's a driver of Arjuna. Where is Elon Musk in front of Krishna? Yes, he is Lakshmipati. The entire wealth belongs to him. So how did Arjuna make Krishna his driver? Through his love, through bhakti. So you cannot pay any amount of money to, Elon Musk ke paas to sab kuch hai. You need to have much more wealth than him to make him a driver. But imagine, will Elon Musk become a driver for his children? He has many children. So he personally drops them to school. He personally picks them up. He ensures he spend time with family. Why? Because there is love. Uske liye paise nahi milte. So when there is love, Krishna is purchased. Yes, so that is a way in which through bhakti we can purchase the Lord. When Lord agrees to serve, voluntarily Krishna, he never asks salary. Chalo, driver के बाद cab का कितना charges हो गया थोड़ा meter देख के बता दो. Yes, app में आ गया है. So payment online करेंगे, cash में करेंगे. So Krishna never asked for any salary. 18 days भाड़ा लगेगा पक्का. Not only that, what did Krishna do? Saratya parshad sevana sakya dautya वीरासनानुगमन स्तवन प्रणामना स्तिग्धेषु पांडुषु गतिम प्रणतिम च विष्णु भक्तिम करोति निपतिश् चरणारविंदे. Whenever Parikshit Maharaj would travel, this shloka comes, that the people around would tell, your grandfathers are great souls. Because Krishna became a Saratya. Parshad means he would just stand behind Yudhishthira Maharaj, like younger brother. Sevana, he has massaged Arjuna's feet. Virasana, when Arjuna was taking rest, he has given pehra. With sword, he used to walk. Krishna never slept. He served. Anugamana, He used to walk behind the Pandavas. He also became a doot. 17 times he went to Duryodhan and kept telling, "De bhai, kuch to de de, satisfied ho jayenge. Are ek gav de de." Last proposal, the last pitch of Krishna was, give one village. All 5 of them will be happy. And you can keep the rest of the whole world with you. But Duryodhan said, "Ek sui ki nok pe jitni zameen hai, utni mein nahi dunga. I'm not going to give you even that." Such an unreasonable fellow. मान जाता तो हो जाता ना काम. But no, नहीं दूंगा. अरे एक छोटा सा गांव दे देता. जिस गांव में कोई नहीं रहता वो गांव दे देता. But Duryodhan was very insecure. He knew, if I give them even one village, everybody will poo in that village and I will have nobody. Because everyone loves Yudhishthir. So you become lovable, na? Why do you want to compete? Yes. So this is a demoniac propensity which is there. We'll pause here. Is there any questions? Anybody? Comments, questions? Any point that you liked? You definitely can share. Yeah. कुछ response आता नहीं तो मुझे बहुत डर लगता है. कुछ समझ में आया? Did you understand my language? Did you understand what I spoke? I need some acknowledgement. Let's hear from the hosts. Host ही फंसता है, क्या करें? Yes. Some tika. Viraji, Mayurji, please, something.
श्लोक में जो बोलना चाहते हैं उसका अर्थ भी understand.
Okay.
Otherwise, just for chanting, it's not there. We should understand.
Okay, fine. So you appreciated the fact that this shlokas which Lord Krishna has spoken, we could understand that how relevant it is at all times. Scriptures always have. Scriptures are not mere text. It's very important to understand the context. Then that brings life. The scriptures becomes life. Thank you. Anyone else? He made a beginning. Kuch to boliye. Reflect.
One question.
Yes, please. Please.
I'm
Yes.
not questioning, but
Not a problem.
as you said that 50% of your wealth should be for Lord or Krishna or for God, right?
Yes, for religious purposes.
For the-
Dharma. Correct.
So in that case, if I give an example like Mukesh Ambani, he is the richest man, but I don't think he is putting his 50% of his wealth for Lord.
That is because he doesn't know it. He's not educated spiritually, but he's in process.
As per I know, I mean, he's certainly putting his money.
I'll tell you. Good news, I'll tell you. His name wouldn't have been heard. I'm not quoting his name. He's being cultivated by Gaurang Prabhu and Param Pujya Radhanath Maharaj because he lives in Sobo, South Mumbai, that area. So our ISKCON Girgaon, the Chowpatty temple is there. They're slowly cultivating. It's in process. So they're educating him. He's open to learn. He's learning.
Question, I mean, if somebody is earning wealth by wrong means, and after that he's putting some money into all these religious stuff, so in that case, what's your problem? Is that
Okay, good question. This is a very good question. A person earns money by falsehood, but then after that later on gives it to God. आपको दे दिया ना? इसके what would happen of that? Is that correct or wrong? Yes. So you earn money, you should earn money. It is said, artha means economic development, should be based on dharma. That means should be based on principles, should be based on religious principles. If the artha is based on adharma, the person will definitely be committing sins. Although you may offer to Lord, it's a cheating that you do. For example, when the Notebandi came, yes, there was a demonetization. I used to be in one of the departments in NVCC temple or Hundi counting seva. Yes, I was heading that for some time. So I could see so many 500 notes. इतने सारे आए थे. Yes, suddenly 500 100 के नहीं 10 usually 10 बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं. 20 फिर 50 100 500 and that time 1000 was there. 1000 was very rare. So 500 की संख्या बढ़ गई इतनी. बाप रे. Yes. So people try to do that. Right? They want to cheat God, but you have to understand from Bhagavad Gita, Dhyutam Chalayata Masmi. Krishna says, I am the greatest cheater. You want to cheat me, I will cheat you much more. So that is still adharma. It is not correct. But one thing that will happen gradually by giving, like that. One thing, if he still continues to give, he's giving out of some sentiments, right? He's giving it because, okay, मेरे को पाप मैं पाप कर रहा हूँ. So gradually, Krishna, God will give him the intelligence by which he'll understand what is dharma, adharma. He will understand that. So in one sense, what is activity is wrong, intention is right. He wants to, why he is giving? Because I am committing paap, kya kare? Thoda mere ko maaf karo Bhagwan, ho raha hai mere se. So he'll get the gradual intelligence to give up the sinful activity also. Because Bhagwan ke paas mein kuch bhi karke aao, it's all auspicious. Some way, but it will take slow time. So slowly it will happen. I have seen. So giving to God is always good. I have approached one person. He was a bachelor that time. So I used to tell after every lecture, I would say, please chant, chant, chant. And he said, can't. I used to say, chant. He used to say, can't. Nahi karunga. Then finally, to escape from me, he said, fine, I will give donation. I said, okay, theek hai bhai, de de. So this person started giving. And one thing, but he did in a regular manner, he used to give donation. He used to come continuously. Kuch bhi ho, maine Prabhu ji call karne se pehle mera jaan pahunchna chahiye. So he doesn't call. That was his attitude. Yes, मेरा कॉल नहीं आना चाहिए, ले दिया ना तो मिल गया ना प्रभु. I used to call him for his birthday. He said, प्रभु मैंने दे दिया था इस महीने. ऐसे हैप्पी बर्थडे बोलने के लिए कॉल किया भाई. I'm not asking for anything. Did I ever ask you for money? No, प्रभु. I know you volunteered to give, right? So then it went on for 1 year, 2 years, and very honest guy. If his salary would increase with every appraisal and all, he would increase his contribution also. He would do that. And 4 साल के बाद I just casually called him. बहुत time हो गया इसको call के, 4 years ना. I just called him, and as soon as phone लिया, हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, क्या किससे बात करो, गलत नंबर डायल किया क्या? दंडवत प्रणाम. ऐसे सच में गलत नंबर डायल किया होगा मैंने. Let me see what number is told. Then I continued. I just checked. Are you so and so only? He said, हाँ प्रभु जी, मैं आपका दास यही हूँ. अरे दास, इसका पूरा लैंग्वेज ही चेंज हो गया, सब बदल गया है. बोले वीडियो कॉल करते हैं, चलो I will. So Skype पे लगाया उसको. That time Skype was there. So Skype पे लगा के बात किया. Actually this person only. And I was shocked. First to see his Skype पे भी DP होता था. So that was Radha Krishna. बोला ये वही आदमी है ना. देखा तो पहचान में आ नहीं रहा है. He was with tilak, dhoti kurta, kanti mala, tilak, everything. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji. He said, my God, what a change. कैसे? पता नहीं प्रभुजी. हो गया प्रभुजी ऐसी. And I'm now attached to the Mayapur community and I go for seva there. Now he's even an initiated disciple. He's married. His wife is also initiated. His kids also, he sent them in the Gurukul in Mayapur. I was like shocked. It all started with just him. So initial intention of giving was what? He didn't want to see my face. इसका चेहरा नहीं देखना, इससे कुछ सुनना नहीं है. पैसे दे दो, ये भाग जाएगा यहाँ से. I given, बस मेरा काम हो गया. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. But in course of time, because of regular just approaching and giving seva, his entire consciousness changed. So that happens. Nice question. Thank you. और किसी को yes.
कृष्ण की चेतावनी में when he says 5 ग्राम दे दो, एक ग्राम दे दो. So a lot of people died in that battle, right? So अगर पांडव लोग कर देते कुछ नहीं चाहिए, हमें चाहिए ही नहीं कुछ भी, तो इतना बड़ा कुरुक्षेत्र नहीं होता. Wouldn't that be a sacrifice to save the world? उसको
Okay. Yudhishthir Maharaj was always of a simple opinion. He was very happy in village. He was very happy staying in the forest, eating kandamool every day, listening Bhagavatam, doing sadhana. Jab he was very happy. वो 12 साल उनके best 12 साल थे. That was the best time, he says. These are the best days of my life. Can we continue here only? Nakul Sahadev चुप रहते थे हमेशा. They never gave any opinion. Arjun, Bhim, Draupadi, they 3 were dead against. They said no. Not for revenge, but adharmic people cannot sit on the throne and exploit people. That was their opinion. So Bhima, our Draupadi and Arjuna, why exactly did they convince Yudhishthir Maharaj we should go for the war? It's because they did not want such adharma. What adharma is done? Even today, Bhari Sabha mein nobody will disrobe a lady. What to speak of Kulavadhu, who's a queen? Will someone think of this also today? So what kind of atrocious activity is performed? Such a person doesn't deserve to be the king. And the person who tolerated this doesn't deserve to remain on the post. The elders who remained there tolerating this, they also have no right to live. Who all tolerated it, everybody deserves to die. Nobody spoke against. And Krishna was angry with Pandavas also. This is one place where Krishna was very angry with Pandavas. He said, you were das. You wanted to do something, but hum log das. He said, hell with your das. Go and you should have beaten that fellow. Bhim बोल रहा था मैं यही कर रहा था. ये लोगों ने रोक लिया मेरे को. These guys stopped me. I wanted to take my gun and beat one shot Dusyasan, दूसरा shot Duryodhan. सबको मार देता हूँ. I wanted to do that, but Yudhishthir Maharaj stopped me. That is why Krishna was very upset with them. नहीं करना चाहिए था. So these are only 5 people who raised their voice. Vidur raised his voice. He walked away. Yes. Vikarna raised his voice, but he was told to shut up. Yes. So those all people, because they tolerated, they all deserve to die. And because Duryodhan would have been Adharmic king, Yatha Raja Tata Praja, what kind of Praja he would have produced? Would he have set a good example? So it was very important to pull that fellow out. Kisi or Pandavas ruled just for 36 years. 36 saal kuch bhi nahi. Dwapar Yuga 36 is nothing. So just ruled that much and they gave up to next Parikshit. They just passed the baton on. So point here is they were never attached to ruling. They were attached to Dharma. They were attached to, moreover, they were attached to Krishna. Pandavas then finally decided, ठीक है हम रहते हैं इधर ही. We didn't want. Pandavas never, even after 13 years were over, Pandavas never asked for the kingdom. It was Krishna who told, I want you to rule. I want Dharma to rule. I want people to be devotees like you. That is why I want you there. So because you want me there, I will take the position. So he took. Arjuna also didn't want to fight. The whole first chapter is for that reason only. I didn't want to fight. But in the end, because Krishna, you wanted Karishye Vachanam Tava, I'll fight. This was their attitude. And even after the war was over, did Yudhishthir Maharaj say, Dhritarashtra, uncle, thoda, excuse me, ab wo mera ho chuka hai. Aap thoda side mein baith sakte kya? No. He just kept serving him. He treated him only as the king. Yudhishthir Maharaj never sat. And then one fine day, Vidur came and he preached heavily. He pounded heavily on Dhritarashtra, took him out of the kingdom. And later on, Yudhishthir Maharaj realized, my uncle is gone. He was feeling so bad. He felt, I am responsible for my uncle to leave and go. मैंने किया. But, and then he never sat. It was Krishna who had to come, convince Yudhishthir, bhai baith ja. That's when he sat. So they never wanted it. They wanted Dharma to prevail. Yes.
I would like to say something.
Please.
I really like the interpretation of Lakshmi and Narayan that you explained that how Lakshmi should be used that way, that serving the Lord. If in today's time we understand this, we could simply say that man and women are supposed to simply be serving the man. This is how the whole society is being changing these days. So जैसे आपने बताया कि it is the Lakshmi. It is not precisely a man and a woman. It is कि Lakshmi जितना भी है आपके पास, that should be used for the service of Narayan. That was a very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. This was not an interpretation. This is directly from the Shastras. This is only a presentation.
Yeah.
Yes. Whatever, every single word that I'll just come to you. Every single word. Because what happens is we should understand, बच्चों, खेलने के लिए कुछ है आपको? ये बड़ों की बात चल रही है. लेकिन play inside. Go, खेलो, जाओ. खेलने कूदने की उम्र है. आप लोग क्यों बैठे हैं यहाँ पे? When kirtans come, that time you come. चलो. प्रसाद के टाइम पे आना. We'll have separate session for kids. We're going to have. So that time the kids can. They also, in case sitting here, it will be torture. Don't torture them. That's why I say, kids, let them play inside. No problem. So coming back, we all have 4 defects. We have imperfect senses. We have tendency to commit mistakes. We have tendency to be illusioned, and we have tendency to cheat. Because of which, whatever our thought process is there, mere hisab se, that will always be faulty. So that is why what is an ideal presentation is whatever is there in the Shastras, just speak it out. Right? So that's why I just wanted to clarify, it's not my interpretation. It's directly, I'm just trying to be a humble representative of the Shastras. And thank you so much for taking home such a wonderful and lovely point, because this was the key of this was the theme. She captured the backbone of today's class. It was engage Lakshmi in Narayan service. Very nice. I will come to you after. Yes.
Possible. So today we spoke of the point of Ganesh festival, 10-day Ganesh festival. So if we see the almanac, we have only 2 days, Ganesh Chaturthi and the 10th day. Not in Pune, but literally in Mumbai, I've seen like resurgence happening on 1.5 to 2, 2.5, 3, almost even 5, 7. So what do the Shastra actually say? Is this actually
bona fide?
या ये shortcut जैसा आपने बताया कि shortcuts पूजा जल्दी करो.
Genuine question. Good question. To be very frank, don't get startled. It is the entire ceremony of this whole festival is concocted. It is not there in the Shastras. This was started by Bal Gangadhar Tilak to unite the Indians. It was for the purpose of uniting Indians. We have studied this in history. Remember Ayad Aya? Yes, ye Tilak ne start kiya tha. It is not in Shastras. So he's created the entire itinerary schedule like that to unite Indians in some kind of religious sentiment. That is the actual reason. Chaturthi is a bona fide festival because that is the appearance of Ganesh. That is very much there. But you will hardly find any mention of Ganesh in Shastras. You know why? Because he's the one who writes. अपने बारे में थोड़ी कोई बताएगा. So you will hardly find his presence in other Shastra. Like you may find his reference, but you wouldn't because he's the one who's the writer. Correct?
One more point.
Yes.
Regarding the Visarjan. So nowadays we are seeing that a lot of ban on yogi murtis. So people prefer to have murtis made out of clay.
So that it gets dissolved.
So is it the right thing to have a Visarjan the next?
Visarjan is not a concept of Vedas at all. It's an invented. So har saal he wanted to, his intention was good, but we should never ever twist the Shastras and play with it. Although you may have best of intentions. And so he had a good intention to get the Indians back on track. Because what was happening at that point of time was Britishers used to heavily condemn the Shastras, saying that these are all for low class people. So they used to have. So he wanted to protect religion, and he didn't find the festival so very engaging. Yes, he didn't find it engaging. So he said, from our side, we'll start Ganesh Puja. UP said, chalo Dashera. So like that they want to. Bengal Kali Puja. We'll make it. So in course of these pujas, etc., they had good intention. But the original way of celebrating a festival was lost. That got a bit lost, actually. So we use Ganesh Chaturthi as a very amazing tool to preach Krishna consciousness. We will also celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi. But the way we'll celebrate, you will see. The way to do it. Because it has to be celebrated the way it is spoken. So the Visarjan concept of, because a deity is sakshat, once prana pratishtha is done, ashtadhatu, prana pratishtha, shodas upchar, the deity is considered as good as a person. How would one person feel if he's dunked into the water? Usko phek diya to? Kaise lagega? So live person. That's how we treat the deities. So Visarjan is never ever a concept that is sanctioned in the Vedas. They never do that. In fact, what we do Visarjan is when the deity is injured. Like what happens, we cannot worship deities with cracks. Suppose accidents happen. You are human. So accidentally worship karte samay, shringar karte samay kuch toot gaya. So the ear breaks. Then the deity is not meant for worship. Then we do the Visarjan. That is there. Visarjan, our live deities. So POP या फिर कुछ भी structure हो, that is not. And POP से कभी बनना नहीं चाहिए deities. Deities have ashtadhatus. Marbles, there's a live stone. These are the main ingredients. Apart from the jewelry, paint, water, mind, and prayers. Like this, there are ashtadhatus available. Through this only the deities have to be made. And there's no POP and all such. These are all modern man's creations, right? Gypsum and manufacture. Yes? Metal you can, but that's a particular metal also you can use, but there's a live stone metal which comes. It's a special metal. Through that only you can make. There are rules like that. So that's all are very important. Everything is mentioned. A to Z is mentioned in scriptures. How to do it. So this particular thing is not in the list. I'll take yours and then we'll pause. Last.
Prabhuji, I just have a general question.
Not a problem.
Again, sorry for asking.
Not a problem at all.
So when we talk about Krishna and avatars and everything, in Yuga Avatar, Chaitanya Prabhuji's name is never mentioned anywhere. That is something which is followed only by Bhakti Sampradaya. So people who do not follow ISKCON or who are general public, right? If we tell them that Chaitanya Prabhuji is someone who we seriously follow, they ask us like it is not mentioned anywhere. Even in the 10 avatars, it is not there. So how is it that you are justifying?
Okay.
I'm sorry for
Not at all. No, it's a genuine question only. No problem. I'm glad you asked this question. So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioned in Bhagavatam. Channa avatar. Channa means what? Hidden. Hidden.
It's mentioned as golden complexion and everything, but that's
point is he's hidden. So now one may think hidden means hai nahi. Kahi bhi shastra mein nahi. No. It's very difficult to pull out from the shastras, but our devotees have done research and we have 64 proofs in the scriptures about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's supremacy. It is there. I have PPT also. Entire document is there.
Like which scripture?
All. There are Chaitanya Upanishad is also there, dedicated to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's one of the 108 Upanishads. There's Vayu Puran calling him Sachiputra. So many other, which place he would appear, what color he would have, everything is mentioned. Bhagavatam itself has activities and characteristics. May not be the name, but the activities and characteristics is there. It is there mentioned. His Nimai is his name born under the neem tree. That is also mentioned. His father's name is also, mother's name is also Sachi Jagannath is also mentioned.
In Bhagavatam.
In many scriptures, Bhagavatam gives his color. He is known for being having the color of Suvarna. In Mahabharata is mentioned. Suvarna Varna Hemango Varangas Chandanangatihi Sanyakra Sakrit Chamat Shanto Shanti Nishta Parayana. Bhishmadev says in future he'll come. Which avatar took sannyas? Vamandev was brahmachari. Never took sannyas. So sannyas who took, he'll come later in Kali Yuga. Suvarna Varna. Who is he?
But it is never there in the 10 avatars.
Oh, 10 avatars, many are not there. Hayagriva avatar is there in 10 avatars. Mohini Murti is there. Dhanvantri is there. Ajita is there. There are so many incarnations which are not mentioned. See, 10 avatars is actually not that Krishna has only 10 avatars. Bhagavatam says, avatarahi asankhya. There are countless avatars. But 10 avatars are mentioned by Jayadev Goswami in Geet Govind as a poetry. Poetry ke roop mein 10 he has mentioned. Bhagavatam gives 22. Vishnu Puran gives some more. But complete list of avatars nobody has because they are unlimited. Unlimited avatars. Yes. Is it okay? Balaji is not there. He is also an avatar. Srinivasa is not there. So Dasavatar Stotra is a poetry containing 10 of the avatars. It is not containing the 10 avatars. And there are 10 avatars of whom? No, Krishna. Again. They are Keshava Dhrita Meena Sharira. Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa. It's Krishna's avatar. Keshava is not Vishnu. Keshava is Krishna.
But again, sorry for asking.
So I'll tell you the 10 first. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, Parshurama, Rama, Balarama, Buddha, Kalki. Where is Krishna? Dasavatar Stotra you read. You read the original Dasavatar Stotra. Balaram is there. I am talking of the original Dasavatar Stotra, not the one which is created by TV serials. Dasavatar Stotra originally, Balaram is there, Haladara Rupa. Halko Dharan Karne. Krishna is not. They are all incarnations of Krishna. Keshava Dhrita, Haladar Rupa. Keshava Dhrita, Buddha Sharira. Keshava Dhrita, Kalki Swarupa. You have a follow-up question? Okay, we'll make it last because the many devotees, they have put aside their kids, locked up their kids somewhere and come. They must be waiting, where are parents?
So in one of the books which I had read, so in that, I mean, it was like a short version of the Markandeya Purana.
Okay.
So in that, when the descriptions were given, so in that only 10 avatars were mentioned. Buddha, I don't think it was mentioned.
Maybe, may not be. It's okay.
But only these were mentioned, so that's why I thought.
That is the interpretation of Markandeya Purana. So the writer might have added. But if you look at you can type. You could go for Dasavatar Stotra, that original prayer.
Okay.
You do it right away. And while others all are dispersing, you can do that and check it once. And let me know. So that because that Markandeya Purana book may be an interpretation of the author who's put it. But actually Krishna is Avatari. He's never Avatar. Avatari means source of all avatars. That's what the scriptures say. Krishna never says that I am Avatar of Vishnu. No. On the other hand, Mahavishnu says I am Anga of Krishna. Fine. We'll pause here. Thank you all very, very much for your very good questions. Wonderful participations. I hope nobody went for Jhabki. Nobody. We're all on their toes. So thank you very much. Shloka Prabhupada ki, Jai Bhagavad Gita ki, Jai Krishna Bhagavan ki. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.